Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. You already know, man. Please hit the like button, subscribe button if you haven't already. Um, so as y'all already know, I'm trying to do these youth in the mornings, um, you know, shows and stuff like that. But today, man, I want to first start off by saying, prayers out to those who are affected by the storm. Is one reason that I push that we actually start getting our own, that we start learning business, that we start understanding, the financial things, and we also become owners. And the reason is because you have some people who are unfortunately able to evacuate the premises and now they affected by it and they caught in a storm. So we just got to start putting ourselves in position to where we able to escape those type of situations, those type of events, and to have two hurricanes back to back, that's crazy. That's devastating. So I definitely want to send my condolences for those who actually lost people, and it's just a tough situation because I know a lot of teams out there in Florida, that players that's also affected by this, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So I also want to start off with a quote, man, for all the young men who have a chance to see this, and for the parents. When you mistreat someone that has did nothing but love, but has nothing but love for you, watch God make you need that person that you mistreated. You have to be mindful of how you treat people, and that's the first quote that I wanted to start off with. You know what I'm saying? We got to start treating people the way that we want to be treated. And once we start applying that concept, everything's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to be cussed at and swung on for no reason, display that energy. But if you just want to say hi to somebody and want that person to support you, like you want them to support, that other person, show some support, and you will get it in return. But I think I'm a, I think I'm gonna start off with this one. So this gentleman, Reginald Desmond, made a statement, said this game took place Thursday night. No type of social media platforms was there. Then say teams ain't outside. Shout out to DTC in their program. Hateville got love for y'all. He's a shout out for Nightmare Boys and Big Tucker coming through. Where the lives? Forget where's the love? And the thing about it is, and honestly, the reason I want to start with this is because coaches have become so lazy to the point where are entitled, right? They become so lazy and entitled to the point where you don't promote an event, but then you expect people to come out there. Also, not being mindful of the fact that when a lot of these people, including myself, go to these events, they won't allow you to film. And I can give you a point in case. UTN. If I go to UTN, guess what? Dude is not going to let me film. So, first of all, you gotta be mindful of the fact that, or whether or not the media person can actually film at that event. Because if not, basically that statement is disingenuous. You can't sit there and blame media and you have never reached out to media. Nobody have ever reached out to me saying, look, they got this Douglasville, Tigers Cub game. You know what I'm saying? Come out to there. Nobody reached out to me. So when you're not doing your job, you cannot sit there and state, oh, well, nobody is coming to my game. Nobody knows about your game. See, everybody's going to know about a Rare Breeds game because they promote their game. Everybody's going to know about a Georgia Falcons game because they call me and they promote the game, right? I can almost assure you that most of the people that they reached out to are I can almost assure you that they didn't reach out to none of the people that they're accusing for not being at their games. We got to start doing better. It's called communication, my guy. Communication takes us a long ways. When you communicate, you don't have to guess what I'm thinking. When it comes to me, you don't have to guess what I'm thinking anyway, because I'm going to tell you. I think by now, y'all know I'm not shy of no words. I'm going to respect you, but I'm going to also tell you what I feel. You feel what I'm saying? Faith Family Football, Tim, Marshall, what's up, man? Appreciate y'all being in here. But you don't have to guess how I feel. And I think that coaches have become so lazy to the point where they don't even reach out to make sure that their kids is going to get some exposure. Do your due diligence, bruh. I can't stand it. It's like almost like a victim mentality. Oh, yeah, man, nobody came to our game, but did you tell somebody? Nope. Then why are you complaining? You ain't do your job. But then you upset at me because I didn't attend an event that I did not know about. Even though they didn't say me per se, but when you say media, I'm included in that. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that. But shout out to, to the young man, Nightmare Boys. Shout out to the Douglasville Tiger Cub. Shout out to them. On the Thursday game, yesterday, my wife had stuff. I mean, her birthday was yesterday, so I wasn't able to do much, but I would love to come to those Thursday games. But we can't sit there and blame somebody or accuse somebody when we never did our part. Nah, man, that it can't go like that. Cause then that rubs off on the kids. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to talk to them. I would love to go to some of their games, but you got to understand too, those type of teams out there, their leagues are very strict. So you won't have people just willfully going to those games. Now, if they get the invite, then maybe they'll be allowed to go to those games, right? If they get the invite. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Like when I go to some of these games, they like, man, some of them, you can't film. They tell me you can't film. And I'm like, hold on, but there ain't nobody out there. I appreciate you, coach. But ain't nobody's out there, but they still won't allow you to film. So ain't nobody just sitting up there and getting up to go to the games, and they don't even know whether or not they can even be on the sideline, film, bring their camera in, or nothing. No, none of the stipulations. So if it's okay, make a flyer. All media presence are welcome. That's the way you go about it. And make sure that you reaching out, to these people personally. That's the best way to do it. You want me to come out there, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you know if I got an event or not. If I don't have nothing, I'm coming. Especially on the Thursday. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to stop doing that, man. And then I'm gonna go to the next subject, right? Because when we want to talk about rules, right? This is rules that I'm actually implying. Y'all might have rules that don't apply. That basically affect us from coming. So I want to talk about this next thing, the fighting amongst coaches. We just don't get it. We ain't gonna get it until we ain't got nothing to go to. We got coaches fighting, and this ain't the first time. This ain't the second time. This is probably the third time that I done seen these specific coaches actually getting into it. Now, I don't know what it's gonna take for coaches, for parents, for everybody to stop wanting to fight at these games. I don't know what it's gonna take. It might take for the fact that we may not even have an option to even play this game no more. That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take about 100 more situations that the College Park went through, where they just basically strong arm the facility of where College Park was actually playing at. That's what it seemed like it's gonna take. because now, you got coaches fighting, and what did they say? They said due to drugs, right? Smoking, fighting, a lot of vulgarity, all of those things, right? Actually had to take place. And then once they did that, they took the facility and now they making a lot of money. They making a lot of money on it. You feel what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this, bro. When we go somewhere, a lot of times we don't, like, let's say a bank. We may go to a bank, we may not get the loan due to our demographics, right? We can't control that. We might go to another rural area. They may not accept our application, right? We can't control that. But you know what we can control? We can control our behavior. And I know, like I told y'all, the most dangerous person in the world is an emotional man. He don't care about nothing when he's in his feelings. And as a man, you not supposed to be in your feelings. You should be in your logic. But you got a bunch of men that always want to fight, that want to kill, that want to do this, that want to do that because they can't control their emotions. That's why I say men have to raise men. Because when women have to raise men, she will raise him to become emotion. How you feel is it outweighs more than what makes sense logically. That's why I decided to be in my baby's life. You feel what I'm saying? These young kids, some of them I don't even know yet, but I will. I'll get to you and let you know that it ain't okay when you out there throwing helmets. I'll let you know that it's not okay when you sitting up there causing destruction just because you feeling some type of way. I'll let you know because when you get there and you can't control yourself, guess what? Cell block, cell block three, cell block three. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you'll end up because they're gonna call the police on you and you can't take back what you did. See, as a man, if I do something, I'm thinking about my consequences, so I'm able to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not reacting like women, emotional. I feel like you did something to me, so therefore I'm going to react based off how I'm feeling. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. But they are dangerous. But you got coaches that's fighting, you know what I'm saying, in a public place. And guess what? Kids are watching. You got people out there watching. That's not how we roll. That's not how we operate. So behavior is one of the things that must be corrected. And then on top of that, we cannot expect the kids to behave more mature than the adults. I don't know how we keep expecting that. We literally expect when a kid when he feeling and emotional on the football field and he throw his helmet off, he take his helmet and throw it off, right? Or he'll push a kid, and then a coach would get so mad and so upset at him, right? You got to control yourself. Well, shoot, I'm only reacting based on how I usually see you react. You want me to be more mature and thoughtful, right? You want me to be more mature and thoughtful than you are as a coach, and you are the adult. So anytime I feel some type of way, I have to restrain myself. But when you get mad, you want to fight and you throwing hands, I'm looking at you. You're supposed to be my role model. You are supposed to be my role model. I'm only reacting based on how you are acting. When you are mad, when you are in a state of duress. Hey, now what's up? When you are in a state of duress, that's how I'm reacting based on what I see you as my coach do. So you got a lot of people out here, man, who not understanding that they are in a position of being a role model to these kids, we are failing them. We are. And this is no knock to anybody. A lot of times we don't change behavior because we don't see it as something wrong. So that's why me being on the outside in, me being a man's man, me understanding from a military friend of mine, like, bro, when you was in a state of emotion and you was reacting like that, bro, you was dangerous. That's what he had to let me know. And I had to see it. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, look, man, I don't know what it's going to take for us to get it right or to understand that these are the things that will affect the kids. It will affect the kids. And then we will say that, look, man, oh, that's messed up that they took this facility. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, that we can't no longer blame white folks. You know, shout out to my white folks. You know, I understand now. I truly understand. I truly understand. Ain't nothing wrong with a demographic. Hey, RGV Spartan, what's up? Ain't nothing wrong with a demographic taking care of their own. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The only reason we are at the bottom of the totem pole is because we refuse to support one of each other, of another. We refuse to do that. So somebody may see me doing something, and instead of supporting and get behind it, guess what he'll do? Try to do the same thing in hopes that he getting the same result, but it's not even something that they want to do. It's just something that they're hoping to make money about. No passion, but the only thing is I'm not going to support you. Y'all see me, I support every media outlet. I support all the coaches. I support the kids. I support everybody. I'm leading the way that I want to be, you know what I'm saying, supported. I support others the way I want to be supported. And that's just the bottom line. But I no longer blame no other demographics when we are the most consuming type of individuals. So how about consuming with somebody that's of your own demographics? When we start there, guess what? It ain't gonna be a problem to go to a game and spend $20 that y'all charge at the door. If I support you, it won't be a problem getting the field and doing other stuff. If I support you, it won't be a problem for these kids to go and travel. If I support you, it won't be a problem of us not having banks. We will be able to have all those things on our own. But guess what? Guess what, y'all? When we deprive each other of all those things, guess what? We got to rely on the banks. We got to rely on other people. We got to rely on this and we got to rely on that. And guess what? Those people that you have deprived and decided not to support will not support you back. And even though you throw in the event, they won't be able to make it. They ain't got the money because you ain't support them. You go out there to a store and you want to support them first instead of supporting your own. See, that's the thing. Who's in the closest proximity? Us, right? So therefore, if you got what I need and I support you, and then I throw an event, I'm sorry, y'all. I throw an event and and I tell you, hey man, come to this game. I got this game. Guess what? That's a $20. The other person you supported, that's some money. The other person you support, you see the ripple effect? That's how it works. But when we look at each other, man, I ain't giving that nigga another dime. I ain't giving him another dime of my money. Okay, it'll affect you later on. It will. See, I know a lot of times we only think about the now. We don't think about the future. Well, maybe if I support bro, he'll come back, he'll support me, you know. But if I don't support what they're doing, they don't have no money. That's how it works. So, we can get it right. We got it. You know what I'm saying? We got an opportunity to make sure that we get this right. RGV Spartan says we are ranked number one in the country. What age? What age are you talking about? What age is that? You said I heard some of your podcasts talking about how they say if you lose a game, you could get invite took from battle. I wonder how Lithonia Lions, a solid team with two quality losses, feel about that. Well, it to be honest, it won't even affect them. It won't even affect them because they lost to um well, they got I believe they got 4 losses total this season. Cause I believe they lost that the battle preseason, right? They went pretty far in there. Then they lost to Supreme twice, and then they just lost to Bessemer. So total, they got 4 losses. But it doesn't affect them, and it shouldn't affect them because they lost to all quality teams. And on top of that, they are playing great teams. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't punish them for that. I would not punish them for that reason. But also I think that they're the better team. You feel what I'm saying? They losing. Yeah. So you got to look at the gap. The first game that they ever played, they lost 30 to 6 when they played versus Supreme. Everybody knows Supreme damn near was a level above the rest, right? Everybody is kind of closing in, especially that Supreme are unable to get games on a regular. I'm hoping they got a game this week, but you got you got Supreme, then you got Bessemer, who was number 2, and then and yeah, those are pretty much the losses that they have. Who else could you put above that? Can't put nobody else above that. So therefore, it can hurt them. He says, why the team ranked number 1? I think they don't have to travel. Which team? Which team? Fats. Which team ranked number 1? Yeah, so that's my take on it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what makes sense to me. But a lot of stuff haven't been going the way that I anticipated. So, they got their own thing going. They got their own criteria. But that's the one thing that I will reach out to Clayton, man. Clay, my guy, man. And shout out to Sid, who introduced me to Clayton. I will reach out to Clayton, see if I could get him on here. You know what I'm saying? And we could clarify some stuff because, like I said, man, the thing that y'all gotta be also mindful of, man, is y'all understand the process, especially coaches. When y'all bombarded with so many things that's going on, it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. So you try your best to think logically of what makes sense. Now, I think that it would make sense if they, try to bring somehow me and Fanatic on board that's actually looking at these games and you know what I'm saying, and help them out. I'll say that'll make sense because like right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, my DMs have been flooded, and which is why I initially started even talking about it because they wanted to know my opinion. So, they got their own criteria. But the thing is, everybody has to know the same criteria in order to know what it takes to make it to battle. Because right now, making it to battle is just like a lotto, right? It's like uh he says, Coach Tim says, yeah, I've been waiting for that for you to get Clayton or Jonah on here. Yeah, man. But like I say, I'm very mindful that they're busy. Um, but I do know when something isn't the way that it's supposed to be. And like right now, like I say, man, they some busy guys. And so y'all have to at least look at that, at the fact that they are super busy, but all they gotta do is kind of look to what Fnatic doing. I don't have nothing to do with Fnatic rankings, but I will say this. If I feel like he's super off, I tell him, I throw some names in there, I throw some teams. And here's the other thing, too. If y'all got a team out there that's being snubbed, I think I have proven that I'm willing to put any team on here long as you sending me videos and as long as it's I ain't gonna even say long as it's making sense. If the team exists and they're not super good, what I'll do is I'll give a shout out, right? I'll probably play some few clips and give a shout out. But if a team that you know that needs to be on our radar, bro, y'all gotta come to us. It's way harder for us to get to everybody, but it's much easier for everybody to flood us with content, keep me busy, keep Fanatic busy. Cause the stuff, a lot of stuff that I get, I send a Fanatic, ask him what he think, what's his thought process on that. Okay, let's talk about this, later on. I'm not ducking no team, or I'm not shy enough to not give any team credit. I do this for this reason. I want to give y'all, y'all just do. I want people to know that you out there, you know what I'm saying, in doing your thing, you're playing. All coaches deserve to be, recognized for giving their volunteering service to these kids. So I'm not above that. Okay, 6U North Henry. Shout out to 6U North Henry Tigers. Last time I checked, I think y'all had a lot of teams. I think it was y'all organization versus maybe like 4 or 5 teams. I forgot the exact date on that. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to North Henry. Now says he says, do you think 14U in uh, I'm sorry, do you think 14U football in some ways should not exist based off age? If you're allowed to turn 15, but the season shouldn't you not qualify for youth football anymore? If you turn 15, depending on the grade, depending on what grade you in, depending on it. Now, if you 15 and you're playing even like a little bit of high school football, then you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be able to play. But nah, I don't think that it should be have an effect, because you got some kids that actually meet the age requirement, you know what I'm saying, that just so happen to turn 15. So no, they shouldn't be punished, because the grade that they're in, it's the same grade that the 14 year olds will be in. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't impact them in that way. But nah, because the thing about it is, I think they'll still be in the ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? But if you're 15 in the 10th, then yes, I think that it should affect you. And that's just, my personal opinion. But in all honesty, 14U, man, they haven't been getting a lot of love. And I want to say that is because a lot of kids, they do go and play freshman ball, even though I would say that most people get more recognition when it comes to youth football, but because not too many people actually go to watch JV or freshman ball. Because I went to the games, and the stadium was kind of empty. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. HP says we played ATO Elite in the preseason. So how did y'all do? How are y'all doing for this season, man? I would love to know that, because you got a lot of teams out there, especially Rome, right? Especially Rome. Rome said that they, haven't got scored on yet, and they decided they want to play Lithonia. And I'm definitely looking to go to that game. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure we able to film, man. That's the biggest thing. Because a lot of times we go to events, and then, when they in the league, sometimes they don't even let us film. He says, but most ninth graders are 15. Yeah, but I'm saying, and that could be because of the reclassing thing, which I disagree with. I disagree with reclassing. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, it might turn out to bite a lot of people because let's see the effect of reclassing. Okay, I reclass in the eighth grade, right? I still get to play youth football, right? I'm 15, possibly. No, 14, 15. I end up being 14, 15 during 14U, right? Because I reclass. But then once I do that, then I'm more likely to red shirt, which I'm probably going to lose 1 or 2 years, right? And then when it comes time for NFL draft, I'm older than the majority of the people. I'm older than the majority of the people. So looking at the NFL, right? They're going to want the younger players. So the age thing can actually hurt you. So you could be 27, possibly going into the NFL, right? 27. Who you think they're going to get? The 23 or 24-year-old? You know what I'm saying? So that can actually turn out to bite you in the near future. You feel what I'm saying? Coach says, he says, yeah, haven't been getting a lot of love from the folks who cover youth football on YouTube. Hey, man, you know, it is what it is. Fairburn Flames and Diesel Boys, and we got beat bad by GEA, but we scored twice without our best player. Hey, man, all you got to do is keep playing the games. You know what I'm saying? I remember that North Henry has always been a great organization. When they had Welcome All Panthers, you know, like that was a great duo. You know, those were one of the games that I was looking for the most. But you know, it is what it is. You just got to keep fighting, got to keep playing these games. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read a couple more. ATL Elite beat us 20 to 6, but they scored the last touchdown 1 minute. Okay, so it had been about 14-6. But man, hey, that's my 30 minutes. Hey, I thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, we want to help this channel get out there. YouTube said that, you know, long as y'all hit the likes, you know, we could get in the algorithm, which is what we've been fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I should be live tonight. If not, if I don't go live, it's because I'm out there still filming the high school game. I'm supposed to be filming Kale. So yeah, man, that's all I got. He says Ken. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying?